A very good evening to you. I hope that you are well. I hope that you've had a wonderful weekend. If you are watching me on a Monday evening at 7:30 in the PM. Now today's episode is really amazing. This is the Business Plus, and today we are talking about the tech world. Now we are going to be meeting Levi, and Levi is a guy who has decided to invade the tech world and just make money using technology. Now he has a group of companies, and one of the companies is Pixel Academy, and this is my favorite actually because he teaches robotics, and that is something that he also does as his main job because he also makes robotics. Apart from that, he does websites and he does it in a great way. Now in today's episode you're going to be learning a lot about the tech world. Do not miss this episode. Make sure you text us on MBCI TV Facebook page and MBCI TV official YouTube page. For the next 4 weeks we'll be talking about the tech world, the technology, because the world is going tech. Now join us today as we meet Levi and talk more about this. Do not miss this because business is more than meets the eye. Once again, karibuni sana, and today we're having an amazing episode right here. As I told you before, for the next 4 episodes we are focusing on the tech world because the world is going tech. Now today we are going to be having this discussion with Levi Masibo, and he is the CEO of Pixel Group of Companies. This is a company that has 3 companies under one umbrella, right? And now because of this, he's going to be telling us how is he able to manage 3 companies under one umbrella and what are these companies. So come on, Apenda Technology, this is the place to be. We say business is more than meets the eye, and every time tunasemanga, as long as you have passion for it, make sure you go for it. Make sure you send in your questions on MBCI TV Facebook page, MBCI TV official YouTube page, and we are going to answer your questions. Thank you so much for having us today. We're delighted to be here. Yeah. So introduce yourself, then you can start.
All right. Yeah. My name is Levi Masibo, and I'm actually the CEO of Pixel Group of Companies. We are basically 3 companies in one. So just to take you through the history of our companies is Pixel Electric was the founding company. Started back in 2017 as a robotics company. But however, we had really gone overboard in terms of robotics, where we used to supply commercial type of robots. But after having been in business for close to 2 months, there was no sales at all for the robots. So we came to realize we are going overboard instead of beginning from the foundation of robotics, which is basic components. What components do we normally use to make these big robots? So that the moment we start from those basic things, that's how we go up to the main robot. So we automatically change the dynamic of the market from now dealing with commercial big robots to small type of robots. So this made us to introduce components that we normally call components that are used to make this robot. So that classifies our market into different perspectives. So Pixel Electric divided from these big robots, and we started selling now small components to make these big robots. So we are an e-commerce and also a non-store type of retailers where we deal with development boards. We deal with robotics sensors, normal type of sensors, educational products, and recently we also deal with turnkey projects where we do commercialize, installation, commissioning of projects, and we also supply engineering lab equipments. Not specifically engineering because it's purely educational equipments. It cuts across different fields because we supply engineering lab equipments for civil, mechatronics, electrical. We also supply equipments for guys who are doing medicine, and we also supply equipments for even young people in physics lab. So whichever field, that's what we do supply.
So you have a large market.
We have a large market for these latest technologies, not forgetting also drones. But our type of drones that we supply, not the complete assembled drones. We supply bits of the parts of the drones that we normally actually use them to make these We normally use these parts to make any customized type of drone. So in just a simple, in just a nutshell, the type of drones we normally make is agriculture type of drones that are need to be used for agricultural purposes. We make geo-mapping, geo-fencing type of drones. So all these are normally hands-on.
Hands-on.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. And how did you even come up with the idea of starting this business? Because I hear most of the business people who've done well, lazima ukuwe na passion. It's not even about this or here. It starts from lazima ukuwe na passion. So for you, how was it? Did you study for it? Was it just passion? Or how did you go about it?
So it's a very funny story, because for me it was about passion. Like I've always mentioned, everything that you bring up on board and it grows, you have to have a passion for it.
Yeah.
But besides passion, I also have a background in engineering, which I'm an alumni of JQuat, did engineering, electrical and electronics engineering. So besides that, I was also an Intel ambassador to universities, which I got a huge exposure of Internet of Things equipments and these hardware equipments. So when I was doing my final year project, I had to import a lot of products for my project. I was doing an autonomous drone. We were the first lot, members of 3, we were the first people to do autonomous drone in Kenya.
Nice.
By then it was back in 2016, where drones never used to be something fascinating as then, and they weren't even available in the country as such. So we're the first group to do the autonomous drone. What I mean by autonomous is a drone that you will send for some mission, and it will do the mission when you're still observing on screen without you having to man it. So we normally call it an unmanned aerial vehicle. So during working on my final year project, we had to import a lot of products. And in the process of importing my products, also the other departments in our electrical friends came in, Levi, when you're doing your importation of this product, please bring mine. So I discovered there was a very huge gap in this market. However, like business is, we had 2 competitors in this market. So these competitors, they have been there for over 10 good years. So here is me, just a small person with a very big dream. And I'm just trying to think about how am I able to really meander through this. So I wasn't someone who really loved reading novels, but I came across one really nice read, which is called The Cash Flow Quadrant. And when I read it, I saw myself, after I'm done within school, the only bit I'm able to do was being employed. And jumping from employed to business is not something very easy.
Right.
So I thought, this is where I need to change my dynamic. And I had the whole idea in my head, like I need to come up with such components because I can check what competitors are doing. And I have a bigger and better dream than probably what they do have. So in the process, I thought of, how about, because I'm very good in websites, let me first try my model. And after reading that cash flow quadrant, somewhere out of the book Kiyosaki said, you don't need money to make money. You need brains to make money. Money is in your brains. So here I'm trying to really motivate myself. So brains is money. I have the money. So it gave me a lot of ideas. And somewhere I also mentioned, risk takers go far, but you also have to manage risk. So big dream with zero money. So I thought, let me try this. Because I'm good in website, let me just make my first e-commerce website. Let me put in all the products that I have, which I didn't have actually. So let me put in all the products that I think they are very viable to this market. So what I did, I actually put in a lot of products.
So products like?
Now these are what I'm talking about. Robotic products, sensors, development boards.
So you started with that?
Yeah, I put all the sensors that are meant for a hobbyist market. So I had a very huge e-commerce with a lot of good things, but zero product. So what I decided is, we have 2 competitors in town. I am not a competitor. I'm just trying to bring in my dream, which I'm still dreaming. So
and growing.
Still in my head with zero sales. So what I did is, I decided to update my market based on my competitors. So if my competitor A has this number of boards, I put it on my market. And if my competitor too has this number of equipments I put in my market. So at the end of the day, what I did, I combined two shops into one simple e-commerce.
Nice.
So the biggest drawback was if a client, and because I'm doing market, I have to offer free delivery. And mind what, by then I'm doing this in my bed sitter because I was actually a finalist. I'm doing this in my bed sitter. Someone does an order and you have to go buy it from that shop.
Yeah.
Come do the delivery to the client. I cannot sell at a higher price because at the end of the day, I'm just trying my market.
Yeah.
So I'm selling at the same price the other competitor is selling. So I have zero profit in any case because I use my time and my transport to go fetch the product, take to the client.
Yeah.
So it kept on going for a while until I realized I can make some good sales from my website. So that's when I was like, can I put in at least some 20,000 shillings on this to try it out? I did my first initial investment, and that's where my company actually began. Started selling products. If my computer gets sold out, I take down that product so that I'm not asked for something I don't have.
Yeah.
So I kept on selling, and because I knew this market from being an Intel ambassador, so I know what is needed for this market. So I kept on bringing in things that are needed for the market. So with time, my idea came into place. Market kept on growing, kept on growing, kept on growing, and here we are as Pixel Electric.
Amazing.
Yes.
So from your description, I can tell that you started from having the passion, then the idea, then you actually made it real. But you said the first amount that you actually invested was 20,000.
Yeah, correct.
And now bringing the idea that is in the brain to actualize it is usually the biggest problem. You've told us about your challenges, but now I want us to talk about after you've started getting the sales and the business is growing, and now you're thinking the competitors are here and I have to stand out, right? You've mentioned you wouldn't have sold your products on a higher price because bado ndo ulikuwa unaanza.
Yeah.
So at the starting stage for such a company, what would you advise is the major thing that one would do to make sure that you don't go down trying to not outshine the other one or just to break the company, just putting the balance in between? How do I make sure that the company is growing, but at the same time, nisianguke nikitry to make things balance?
I think I still trusted what Kiyosaki said, because Kiyosaki said you need money is in your brains.
Yes.
So all through my growth, money was in my brains, which is I came with a website and I took both companies that have been existing in 10 years, put them together and add more components, right? So any person who looks at this will figure out one thing.
Yeah.
This company is bigger than the rest. Somewhere when you keep on reading, I'll keep on quoting this book because it's one of the best reads that I've read. And my company is based on that foundation.
Yeah.
Something else also Kiyosaki actually mentioned is sometimes when you hide your identity is better than you put your identity really up.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I'll give you a scenario about it. When I put those two companies together and brought in mine, guys had speculations. This company is a Chinese-based company that came and struck Kenya market very strong. I took an advantage of that word. If you open to check where my company started, I think I have photos, but if you open to check where my company started, we used to have a banner written Pixel Engineering Limited. And below the banner, we had engineering written in Chinese.
So you actually took advantage of that?
I took advantage of that.
Nice.
And everyone feared this market because I made better websites than whatever is existing.
Yeah.
We are only 3 companies in Kenya right now. 10. In 2017, we used to be 2 companies. So Pixel came in, we became 3. So there was no huge competition for this market because it requires a lot of brains.
Yeah.
So I took advantage of that and made my market grow like that. So we started attracting attracting business from outside the country. Not now Kenya, Tanzania. Because what happens to guys outside the country, they check at the best website. And they see you have a lot of components than this other shop. So they prefer a one-stop shop where they can buy everything than separate type of shops.
Amazing.
I started selling across Eastern Africa market, which now grew my capital drastically. So after that, I was very disciplined when it came to my business, and every coin I used to get outside, I used to invest in my business. That's what I used to do. Yeah.
And we'll talk about that discipline in business, because I know a lot of business people struggle with that, especially if you're working online, because I feel like I'm not buying goods, like literal goods, so I can use my money anyhow. But even before you talk about that, you've also mentioned something very important about making sure that you're good at your skills, sharpening your skills, because you said your website will be the best website and you really worked on that. So you'll tell us a little bit about that, but for now, let's go for a short break, then we'll be coming back with the tips, then we'll be getting more knowledge of this. So Sinabad, we'll be coming right back.
Hi guys, I'm Levi Masibo. I'm the CEO of Pixel Group of Companies, and this is the advice I would want to give someone who wants to be where I am, or you want to run a business, successful business in this country, to be specific. One, I will encourage you first to at least study. Whether it's business related, whether it's career related, always study. From the research that I've done and from the books that I've read, I'll still quote from Cash Flow Quadrant. And something Kiyosaki usually mentions, you can never have a business run by people. You have to be the person who really runs the business and be the pioneer of your business. In a nutshell is, you cannot tend to run an engineering firm like what I'm running if my knowledge is less in terms of my business. That means the business will not have the dream or the passion that you do have. Number two, I'll encourage you about passion. Just go for what you love and you'll always find yourself doing better. Consistency, it's the key. Whether your company makes a lot of money or whether your company makes little money, always have that consistency. Never change your character based on what you're getting. And last of it all, your dreams should scare you. Dream bigger than what you really plan to really achieve. If your dreams don't scare you, then you're still not dreaming. My name is Levi Masibo. I'm the CEO of Pixel Group of Companies, and we are watching Business Plus.
We are back after the break, and of course you've gotten the tips. Now, if you are in these worlds, the tech world, you know what you're supposed to do for your business to grow. We say business is more than meets the eye. And this month, we want to let you know that you don't have to have a physical shop for you to have a business. It's very easy to do your business tech-wise. If you are passionate about it, you are able to do this. We've said that money is in your mind. You have to actually make sure that whatever is in your mind, just bring it to being, and you'll make sure that you get money from it. So we're having this conversation with Levi. If you still have any question, make sure you text us on MBCI TV Facebook page, MBCI TV official YouTube page, and we'll be getting back to you. Thank you so much for the tips. Now we were talking about sharpening your skills. You mentioned that you had best websites, and I'm just thinking about most of the people who've done website design and such things, and they're feeling like they can go to business with the bare minimum, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
If you happen to put my experiences, I made my website for my company. So when you make something for yourself, you always know what you need to change, what you don't need to change, what will work for you and what will not work for you. That's why I was able to pull data from the other companies and the other company, and I could pull all the traffic to my website. Yeah, because I'm a developer and at the same time I'm trying to run my business. Yes.
Amazing. And now we're running your business. Tell us about how you manage your money, because that's something that many business people struggle with. How did you come to a place where you are able to manage the money that you get from your business and your personal money?
Just something that I really forgot actually. After Pixel started in 2017, we also started Pixel Engineering Africa in last year. So Pixel Engineering Africa is meant to work on turnkey projects purely, and it's meant to work on automation and IoT type of projects. In a nutshell, you are a farmer. You need to have your farm controlled by your phone. You need to observe certain parameters like soil temperature, humidity, TDS, pH. So we normally deploy those sensors in your soil, and you're able to see these parameters on your phone. So that's what we call automatic solutions.
Yeah.
And that's what we do for Pixel Engineering Africa. Then after Pixel Engineering Africa, and all this growth came from our clients, because Pixel Electric is selling sensors.
Yeah.
So the clients are like, we are buying these sensors from you, but we don't know how to implement them.
Yeah.
So why don't you start a way of trying to see how you can do the installations for us? So I don't do basic installations. So instead of doing that way, come up with a company that does that.
Yeah.
So that's where Pixel Engineering came in. And eventually clients were like, this type of technology, it's not embraced by many people, and guys don't even know about it. So what solutions can you have for us? Can you start teaching us these things from your premises? And I thought, instead of teaching this one person, why don't I come up with a Pixel Academy? So that's why we have Pixel Academy Africa Limited, that now teaches this type of technology to people. So in answer of managing the resources in these companies, those are 3 companies, all registered companies, different bank accounts.
Right.
And what happens is, have a professional accountant who does everything for you.
Yeah.
Don't carry company money in your wallet. Don't carry company money in your phone, like you have it connected to your phone or have it connected to your Visa card. No. So for us as a company, and it's something that started all along when we were a company, we always have payments done to all our bank accounts based on which company is invoicing you. Yeah. Still, when you open to quote on Kiyosaki, you will see management of money is the biggest failure of business.
Right.
And business don't get to 5 years because of lack of management of money. Yes.
Okay. So we should know how to manage our finances and businesses very well. But you mentioned about making sure that you have a professional accountant. Just don't do everything yourself. It's not very advisable. Now, tell us about a project that you worked on since you started, since 2017, right? So since 2017, do you have that project that you feel you've worked on and it gave you a turnaround in your business? Or rather, it was a highlight in your business?
We have worked on different type of projects, depends with which company, but all the companies have worked in different type of projects, because under Pixel Electric, we have done commissioning of even further equipments, like we have done commissioning installation of a forensic lab in Kenya. We have done commissioning of audiovisual systems in Rwanda. We have also done commissioning and supplies of audiovisual systems in Burundi. Under Pixel Engineering Africa, right now we are working on a project that is meant for Kibra. And what this robot does, this robot is supposed to be taken to site. Then it collects sanitary towels from a small bin, pours the sanitary towels to a bigger bin in the truck. So that's an ongoing project right now. We are still on the last phases of 80%, just about to complete that project. And Academy, I think we have a lot of schools enrolled to our program. And the fact that you can foster this knowledge to young people, I think it's still a win for us as a company. So when you cut across, you just feel like every bit of the company has played a very huge role.
Okay. And now that you're not working alone and you have employees, we know you as a person, you had this dream from the very beginning. How do you share the same vision with your people just to make sure that you all, as a company, deliver the best quality to your customers?
What you've done as a company, and that's why when you're open to understand, I keep on using we. I don't know how to use I, because we are more towards a company, not an individual. So what I've done is, all these companies, they are run by different managers. We have Pixel, and Pixel, different managers. Then when it cuts down the chain, if it's electric, it's more towards procurement, we have a manager there. If it's engineering, I'm direct associate of that because that's my background. Then Academy, we have someone who is working on this. Yes.
Okay. So they are all very well knowledgeable on what they do.
They receive vocational training from me, but I just believe whatever they do is something really good for the company, because all these projects that I'm trying to mention, it's not something that I go there get them. It's them who get those projects for our company. So for me, it's just a matter of keeping my employees well and maintaining this company standards. Then the rest will just work for you.
Amazing. And now, how as a company, how do you keep up with the technology, because it keeps changing with time and things are really changing. Things are going very fast. So how do you keep up?
The good thing is I'm the head, and I personally love technology.
Yeah.
I'm always up to speed with the latest tech, and that latest tech is what we trickle down to my people. Then all these guys who really work for me, you realize they all love tech. You find a procurement also sidelining towards tech, accountant tech, every person just loves tech.
Yeah.
And the good thing, it's women in tech. Yes.
Amazing. So as much as you're looking for people who know what they're doing, you also look at the passion. Are you passionate about technology? Now, what would be your parting shots for someone who wants to start such a business, or someone who's already running a business in technology and they want to scale up, they're feeling like this is not where I'm supposed to be? What would be your word for them?
One is to have passion for your business. Have passion. Just don't do a business because you don't have. Just don't do a business because you have money.
Yeah.
Have passion for it. Number two, just be unique in what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Don't even see someone is making an outcome out of something and you try to copy that business, because there's something, the money is not what you're seeing, the money is still in his brain.
Yeah.
So don't just see someone is getting some money and you're just trying to copy that. Whatever you're just seeing is just little, and we still have a lot outside there. Then I think the last is about consistency. Business, in the first 3 years in business are usually the worst. But when you get to the 5th year, your business is now complete. If you can survive the first 5 years of business, you will never go down.
Because
So
that's where the business is stabilized.
That's where the business is. And one of the biggest things that we normally have with business people, and to put it across young people especially, is something called consistency. You make money the first year, you are so good to your clients, you are so polite even to employees. The moment you start making that money, you are never available in the office. You don't care about your clients anymore, you don't even care about your employees. And that's why I've said the first 3 years in business is where people do it right or do it wrong.
Amazing. Thank you so much. You've had an amazing discussion, and now I am sure if you are in the world of tech, now you know what you're supposed to do for your business to grow. We've said your money is in your mind. You have to bring out what you have and bring it out very, very well. This has been the Business Plus. We'll catch you on Friday. The repeat will be on Friday at 7:30 in the PM. Until then, you can go back to our social media pages, MBCI TV Facebook page and MBCI TV official YouTube page. Rewatch again and again and again until you get what you're supposed to do for your business to grow. My name is Rachel Kampung. We'll see you on the next episode.